Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the January 29th Planning Commission meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask Mr. Slade if he would for a word of prayer.
Oh, you are so good to us. We are so grateful to you. Thank you for providing for us. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for giving us the resources that we need to take care of the folks here in our community. Thank you for our community, the safety that we enjoy, for the blessings that we enjoy. I thank you, Lord, for good leadership. I thank you for these men that you called, appointed, placed in positions of authority. Father, I pray for them now to have wisdom that they need, discernment that they need, so that they can make good decisions that benefit everybody. Father, thank you for those men and women that protect us every day, that give of themselves, their families that also sacrifice. I pray for them, Lord. I pray that you will bless them today, that you'll protect them, that you'll bring them home safely to their families. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. All right, consideration approval of November 26 minutes.
Motion approved.
Second.
Brad made a motion. Steve seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business. Have any old business? No old business? New considerations.
We've got a few.
You got a few.
All right, first up, we have Wayland, conditional use. Wayland is seeking a conditional use permit, for an accessory dwelling unit attached by a breezeway, to the primary residence on Baker Lane. This is a 5-acre parcel that is zoned RE1. This is an aerial view of the property. The proposed plan connects the primary dwelling and accessory dwelling unit with a breezeway and drive-through leading to an open parking area back. This is a picture of the property and surrounding properties.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Next, we have Matt Mercer, seeking a conditional use permit to operate a short-term rental at 118A Bent Creek Circle North. This is in the Northwood subdivision.
Hey, Ashley, your battery is running low.
It's not on here, it's on there.
It must be on something.
Maybe the
Go ahead and proceed with the pictures. There you go. Thank you.
All right, this is a map of the property.
See if you got a battery up there this way.
Well, I don't. They must not have realized we had a meeting today. I don't know. They had time to prepare for the meeting. Mr. Hicks, could you help them out, please?
It's a type C.
Good morning, Mr.
We've got
Carter.
one out there in the truck that's gonna get it.
Good morning.
Go ahead and proceed on with it.
Okay, this is an area, well, let's see if we can get the aerial view up.
Is that who's applying for it?
you just gotta move the mouse to the other screen.
There we go.
Thank you, Kobe.
I apologize for everybody, we're having a little technical delay.
Let's see. All right, let's see if this will work.
Need you to go solve it. It's the weather.
Okay, this is an aerial view of the property. Mr. Mercer's property. Mr. Mercer owns units A and B. Unit B will remain a long-term rental. And these are pictures of the surrounding property. Or properties.
Okay,
All right, next up, we have I and a wife, seeking a conditional use permit to operate a short-term rental at 326 Evergreen Way. This is a map of the property. Aerial view. Mrs. White has established house rules, including a maximum of 6 occupants, no pets, no smoking, and no parties, and agrees to comply with all board short-term rental requirements. She also owns another board-approved short-term rental approved in 2023 with no complaints and full compliance. Here's some pictures of the surrounding properties.
Brian, not specific to this, but are we starting to see where we're having an issue with more than allowed number in the neighborhood?
So we're checking these, every one we get, we check
Yeah.
the distance in each phase, and right now, we've not had an issue
Okay.
with those. So they are, they do meet our requirements.
Spreading them out.
Yes, sir. As of now, I'm sure that will be something in the future, but as of right now,
Yeah.
they meet the requirements.
and that, the distance is 500 foot, is that correct?
Distance is 500 feet and less than, or 10% or less.
10% or less of the, and we do it by phase, by
By phase.
subdivision phase. If there's 100 houses in a particular subdivision, phase 1, Stone, Pebble Creek, whatever, blah, 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 you would cap the number in that phase at 10. Could not go over 10 units that are short-term rentals.
The 500 feet is gonna be a big issue with that.
So too.
Right. All right,
Next, we have Restoration Ministries of Mississippi. They're seeking a conditional use permit to operate Mississippi's first recovery ranch located at 315 Barefoot Springs. It's not moving. Restoration Ministries of Mississippi, no, is that it? Let's see. This is a 26-acre parcel that is zoned A2. This is an aerial view of the property. And this is a little layout, what they proposed. And this, I believe this will be in phases. Restoration Ministries, founded by Scott and Stephanie Grantham, is a faith-based discipleship home designed to help men overcome drug addiction. Through a 12-month program, residents will build spiritual foundations, daily structure, and strong sense of purpose by working the land at the Recovery Ranch. Inspired by a successful model in Texas, the ranch will raise produce for local farmers markets to help them sustain the ministry. The program will initially house 8 to 10 men with future plans for cabins, a bathhouse, and a central farmhouse for worship, classes, and fellowship. And this is a picture of the entrance to the property and surrounding properties.
is this a nonprofit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is. Brian, have we had any feedback from the community? Have you heard from any of the neighbors? You know, one of the requests that we made was that clear communication be made to the neighbors, the neighboring properties. Do you know if that's happened?
We've had a handful that aren't for it. We've had some that we have to verify the addresses for that are for it, but we don't think that they're surrounding neighbors.
Okay. We have gotten direct feedback from neighboring properties, and those have been generally not in favor. Okay, all right.
All right, next we have Greg Burkhalter, seeking a conditional use permit to mine approximately 4 acres of a 38-acre parcel located on West Mountain Creek Road. The property is zoned A1. This is an aerial view of the property. He has obtained a 4-acre exempt mining permit from MDQ. Ingress and egress to the site will be on the existing power line easement through his property connecting to Mountain Creek Road. This is a picture up from the ingress egress. And these are surrounding properties.
So where are they gonna be hauling the trucks through?
That'd be coming from that property to, West Mountain Creek Road.
I mean, are they going by where those trailers are sitting on the road?
No, that's just some surrounding,
Okay,
some surrounding property. They're coming out, I'm sure they just had to get some pictures.
I got you.
But yeah, they won't be coming, down that driveway where them,
Right.
houses are.
And they'll be headed directly to White Road.
Right, then.
Is he doing it at his property or another?
Yeah, it's on
property?
his personal property.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like where his house is?
yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Okay. Next we have Nick Lance Farner is requesting a conditional use permit to operate a short-term rental at 1064 Highway 469 South. This is a 2.25 acre parcel that is zoned A1. This is an aerial view of the property. And this is a picture of the property and surrounding, I've got some pictures of surrounding properties. Mr. Varner has established rules and restrictions for the rental and acknowledges and agrees to comply with the county conditions for short-term rentals as outlined in the zoning ordinance. And these are those surrounding properties.
Had any complaints on, is Nicholas here? Anybody know if Nicholas is here? He's not here? Okay,
Received any complaints at this moment.
right. Okay, move on.
Next, we have Anna Bigby, is seeking a conditional use permit to place a 2026 manufactured home as a second dwelling at 558 Ross Mill Road. This is a 7-acre parcel that is zoned A2, which allows manufactured homes. The property has covenants, and she is unable to subdivide the property. Ms. Bigby proposes adding a second dwelling to house her elderly parents, allowing her to provide close, ongoing care due to their mobility, diabetes, and other age-related health concerns. And this is a view of the property. The surrounding properties.
Where's their house?
Did you see it there?
It's right next to, so it's on its own parcel, but she lives right
Oh,
next
it's a
door.
separate parcel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then why is it a separate second dwelling then?
It's on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm
on
thinking
that
something
same
else. It's the
parcel.
same
Okay.
parcel.
It is on the same parcel.
So you said they had covenants where they couldn't subdivide.
Yeah,
Do they
yeah.
have anything that says they can't add a second dwelling? Okay.
They just can't subdivide the property.
So are they gonna move it afterwards?
That's what
And
the
y'all are gonna have to
conditions.
set your conditions, Jay, and that would be typical.
This has been a day. Yeah, at this time, we need to set those public hearings.
If I may, gentlemen, item number 4 on your set public hearings is one that we were just talking about with the staff, that we've gotten some negative feedback on neighboring properties. This may be one, item 4 may be one that you want to set at a later date after there's an opportunity for further discussion and trying to get to the bottom of what some of the potential issues are for the neighboring properties before we actually set it. So if I could suggest, set 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6, and 7, leave 4 not set for public hearing, and we will look at setting that at a later date after further discussion.
All right, I'll make that motion.
I second that motion. Steve made a motion, I second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, next up, we have site plan architectural review. The first item under site plan architectural review, we have the Castlewoods Country Club. They're constructing a 696 square foot golf simulator. This is a picture of the elevations and what the structure will look like. The roof will be fiberglass shingles, and it'll have party board siding on the walls. And this is their site plan showing the proximity to the existing golf cart barn. And that's all I have on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need a,
Anybody have any
We need to vote on that?
Yes, sir.
I make motion to approve.
Second.
Jay made a motion. Phil seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
all right, next we have Spring Hill Baptist Church. They're constructing a new fellowship hall at 127 Spring Hill Drive. This is a picture of the existing structure with a new addition. The roof will be fiberglass shingles with metal and brick siding.
Go back to the previous picture. So the section on the left is what they're adding?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
the addition.
Is it gonna be metal siding or?
It's metal siding. And we approved a variance earlier a few weeks ago on this.
Okay.
Cause it, right there comes out to the edge of the road.
Yes, sir.
Right. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I made a motion. Brad seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, lastly, we have the Hindu Temple. Society of Mississippi is constructing a 1,050 square foot pavilion with restrooms. This is a picture of the building. And these are the elevations. The structure will have a metal roof with metal trim and brick siding.
Where's it gonna be located?
They have an existing structure on the property. It's on their paved, asphalt driveway.
Okay.
They're tearing it down and putting this is gonna replace that one.
I got you. Thanks. I make motion to approve.
Second.
Jay made a motion. Brad seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Good morning, gentlemen. The next item under the Planning Commission agenda is the nuisance property consideration. This would be Zach and Michael LLC. This is a nuisance property at 213 Allen Drive, District 2 property. I'm going to open that hearing. I'll ask for anyone here representing Zach and Michael LLC to be prepared to come forward and address the board. Brian's going to demonstrate with the photos.
We have received multiple complaints regarding the property's condition, specifically overgrown weeds and lack of maintenance. These are the pictures that were taken July 2025. And these are the pictures that were taken yesterday.
Looks like the frost got it.
So is there anyone here on behalf of the LLC? Anyone? Mr. President, I don't see anyone here on, to speak to the board concerning this matter. This issue is, it's one of those interesting situations where you have a platted subdivision, and this property actually is a lot, as, that is a part of a platted subdivision, and it has simply remained not developed. During the time that this subdivision came online, this lot was an outlier. It never was constructed on. It's been purchased by Zach and Michael LLC, and it has not been maintained as commensurate with the other lots in the developed subdivision. So I introduced that as a basis for your having looked at this. It's not like other undeveloped property that you might find out in the county. It's
I make a motion to declare it a
situated.
nuisance.
Mr. Bishop apparently had heard enough.
Jay made a motion, declared a nuisance.
I'll second.
Brad second that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Any nays?
We will route that up to Justice Court as our normal consideration, where we have a declaration of a nuisance. So it'll go up to Justice Court, and it'll be up to the Justice Court to take action from here. The next item, gentlemen, is consideration of and potential action under Mississippi Code Section 43-35-103C to condemn certain properties. This feels like nuisance, but it's actually activity that you're authorized to take under state law, under Mississippi law, with respect to properties that have public health, safety, and welfare issues that need to be addressed. So I am opening a public hearing on the property that is located at 988 Michelle Drive. This is a District 3 property, and I'm going to ask Brian to demonstrate with the photos.
A complaint was received from the fire coordinator regarding the property's condition. Following an inspection by the fire coordinator and our code enforcement, the home was deemed uninhabitable. Some pictures.
Other than us making a motion to condemn it, I mean, what's the next step on getting it cleaned up?
First thing, let me make sure that there's no one here to address the board concerning the condition of this property. Is anyone here on behalf of the state of Mississippi? I assume this was struck off. This is one of the situations where it went through the tax sale, it got struck off at the state. Anyone here on behalf of the state of Mississippi or on behalf of anyone claiming ownership of 988 Michelle Drive? Anyone here? Speak, address the board. All right, typically, gentlemen, now back to your question, Supervisor Calhoun. Typically in situations like this, when you take action under this statute to condemn, your authority is that you will restrict access to this property. It needs to be protected so that it can be entered or dwelt. We don't want people in here. We don't want kids in here. So we need to take action to do that. You're authorized to do that now, once you make that finding. All right? Next thing is, what do we do from there? Typically, when it's condemned, it's that with an eye towards the county taking action then to remediate the life, safety, and health issues that are there. Clean it up. It's up to us to then do that. So our typical process is Brian, his shop, will communicate with those who are in that business and try to get a price, an estimated price, and then come back before the board and discuss what is it going to cost to get it cleaned up.
But right now, it's currently owned by the state.
Correct.
And if somebody buys it, they'll just have to pay.
There'll
Yes,
be
sir.
a lien on it?
Yes, what I would propose is that once we know what we have incurred in cost of cleanup, we will then incorporate and affix a lien on the property. That way, if it does change hands, if the state decides to put it back on the market, so to speak, which more than likely they would do after the county cleans it up, there will be a cost associated with that in addition to the unpaid property taxes. The purchaser would have to clear the property tax lien that is already there and the cleanup lien.
So how many acres is there?
I don't know, Jay.
Is this in,
Is it Robin Hood lot?
Robin Hood?
Brad, do you know if this one has other lots that
It's
are adjoining?
other lots joining that's not been developed or any parcel on homes or mobile homes sitting on it, so I don't
You
know.
know, we could spend a fortune out there doing this and never receive our money back.
Yeah, but I mean, the neighbor across the street don't wanna look at this, and there are people coming and going from this building.
There's people squatting in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say you're probably talking $5,000 to clean it. You know, I'm just guessing, you know, get a dumpster in there and
Maybe
tear
we
it
knew a
down.
scrap guy, you know?
Well, we tore a house down for $5,000 a while back,
Yeah.
you know. But, you know, I mean, I see both sides of the point. It's gonna cost us either way, but there again, we don't want it sitting vacant like that. If there's neighbor, I hadn't seen any pictures of how close neighbors are, but still, you don't want that.
They right across the road. Yeah, behind it. I make a motion to condemn it.
To condemn.
Yeah.
Second.
Brad made a motion to condemn. Phil seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. I believe that's all we have. You have anything else? Hey, Kobe, I got, what's the situation on the property on 469, you know, in Monterey? Have you been able to talk to?
I sent out the letter. It's, me and Mr. Neal, talked about it. It was like previous developer, Nate's Place, I believe.
Right.
LLC. And we sent it to him or to their company. So we were waiting on a response from them.
Reason I went by there the other day and it looks like they was unloading more stuff out in the yard is the reason I was, but I didn't know where we was at, but I just, like I say, as I drove by, I seen they were steadily.
I think the guy, he owns like 36 acres
Right.
there, so.
But we need to get on that pretty quick to get that, that's, you know, been an eyesore right there, steadily getting work. I guess our next meeting will be held February 26th. For our planning commission.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Jay made a motion to adjourn, I second that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor? Now I'd like to call to order our board meeting, Rankin County, public comments. Have anybody under public comments? Okay, Brian Grantham with EOC.
Good morning.
Good morning.
morning.
First, I'd like to report that our force field did hold up this past weekend. With the storms coming through, we were very blessed in Rankin County not to have experienced what our sister counties are doing right now. But anyway, your team of people were ready. Road crews, the sheriff's department, and us, we were ready for it. So luckily, we didn't have to do it. We dodged a bullet on this one. So, but the main thing I want to talk to you about today is I'm asking for permission to hire a consultant to assist us with our 911 circuits and the radio circuits. We'll be moving from the old legacy system into the new system. This is the thoroughfare, the way that 911 works in Rankin County. We've been working on this for about a year now with the installation side, and we're getting to the extremely technical side of it. And so Melissa Bryant and I have been having meetings with AT&T and Motorola over this. They're bringing in the big guns when it talks to all these technical terms that's going over our heads. We've asked IT, Rankin County IT, to assist us with this, and they even admit that it's over their heads. So I would like permission to hire a consultant. He actually, the guy that you have in front of you here, his company, he is the consultant for the WCC, which is the Wireless Commission of the state of Mississippi. He consults with them. So this is what he does on a daily basis. And he has agreed to give us assistance when needed. when we need him to help us sit in with these talks, because we want to make sure we get it right. You all are spending county money to make sure this gets done right, and we want to make sure we get it right on the first time, and we're not being double charged or extra charged by any of the companies
Is
out
that
there.
something Jackson Communication can help us with?
No, sir. No, sir. They don't have the technical abilities to do that as well. I mean, we're talking like network engineering style type stuff, and that's why our IT can't help us, because they don't have that subset
It's
trained.
basically just gonna be coming up with specs for hardware.
Well, we've already done that portion of it. This is actual where it starts meeting in the cloud, and EVC circuit numbers and everything start getting turned up to a certain speed or down to a certain speed. So it's basically replacing our copper lines, what we have now, that, and you can ask the sheriff whenever we get a good rain or something like that, we have radio issues. This will replace that with fiber. The circuits are already installed at each of our PSAPs, Rankin SO, Richland, Flowood, Pearl, and Brandon. And now we've connected to Troop C out there as a backup, but then it starts getting extremely difficult to understand, and we just want to make sure we get it right on the front end.
What's the hourly price per
He-
hour?
He has quoted us $230 an hour. In my mind, though, I'm thinking, initially, when he's helping us, we'll probably use him for maybe 6 hours a month initially, but then it'll steadily go down after that. I mean, right now, we're having about 5 to 6 meetings a month, and that's where that number comes from, 6 hours. Like I said, once he reviews our system the way it currently is, and we move forward, we won't need him as much. It'll
Once
be,
we
hey,
get it
can you jump
installed.
on this Zoom, or actually, he said he'd do it in person, come to our Zoom meetings and stuff, sir.
Once we get installed, we won't need his services.
That's correct. Yep.
All
But-
right.
He's basically just telling us everything we need to do, and then we've gotta get the implementation done to it.
That's right. So basically, this is, I'll give you an example. AT&T came in and tried to do a certain new technology called point-to-multipoint. It's where one connection splits off into multi, and WCC, which is the state radio, everybody said, you don't want to do that, that's going to cause problems. Well, we had no clue that wasn't a good solution. AT&T was trying to sell us that. This is where he would step in and say, here's you an alternative, this can save you money, this will be better for Rankin County. Things that we would have no clue that were even an option, because obviously the vendor's not going to tell us that.
I
And
make a
he's not,
motion to approve.
he's not repping any particular brand or anything, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
He'll work for us.
I'll second.
I might need to go to work for him.
But now, I think they do have a brand they would like to get.
Well, I mean, we currently have to use AT&T.
I'm talking about the hardware.
Oh, yeah, well.
Well, I'm saying this guy's not affiliated with
Right,
any one
right.
particular
That's right.
brand to sell them.
That's right.
He's gonna his idea is to be open-ended and
Uh-huh.
give us the best option.
All right, you got a motion and a second.
Yeah, Jay made a motion, Phil seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Slay?
Let's see, my architects are in the back of the room. We're gonna go ahead and look at a discussion of and potential action on the bids that we've received for our tax assessor, tax collector facility in Flowood. As you guys know, that project went out for bids recently. Those bids were received recently, and so we're gonna go through and discuss with you that subject matter and give you a report on the bids that were received, and then you guys will have to undertake, if you decide to do so, potential action on what we do now that we've got the bids.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I believe it was last week we received bids on a tax office for Flowood. We have conveyed, I believe, the bid tab to the board, and we analyzed the numbers best we can. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand out a few things just so we can bring everybody up to date on where things stand before we go through those bids, if you don't mind. Renderings, all that good stuff, so we'll know what we're looking at. And we went ahead and considered the low bid and went ahead and wrote a recommendation of acceptance letter, not knowing what the action of the board would be at the time, just to go ahead and have that handy, just in case we come to that conclusion. Yeah, let's hand those. Last week, Adam was unable to be with us during the bid opening. But Taylor, who was, we're gonna run through the,
We had a total of 13 bids on this project.
yeah, that's a good number, a bid. Sure is.
Oh, lucky 13.
See how that rolls out.
Set up so that it could.
You have, we have to get that.
Right, control of that, sell it to them. Gotcha. All right.
Okay, just a little bit of history on that building. We worked with the tax assessor, tax collector to come up with the layout of that building on the site the county purchased. I believe there's 2 lots over there. We basically are taking over a little bit of one of the lots and a little piece of the other to basically get the parking in there. Y'all are familiar with the site. It's not a real deep site, so of course the building is spread out widthwise across that site. Tim will probably have more of the information on what the site, and the county has prepared the site. Mike and his crew have been over there and they've done a great job on that side of it. And with that, what we were hoping for is to get good numbers considering the amount of work the county had provided on the site. Basically a pad-ready site, put the building out for bids. But with that being said, I believe that the users from that county, from the county offices, we're looking to future-proof that building. What you've got is 4,260 square feet for the assessor and the collector for the satellite office. Could have been done smaller possibly, but I mean, again, we're trying to future-proof those buildings because you don't want to come back in the next 15 years trying to make an addition onto that building. So, with that being said, I think it's been a good process, and I think we've given them a very, very efficient building. The other side of this is, I'll point out, it's a new development over there. We're all familiar with it. We've got some fast food restaurants, tire stores over there, Walgreens,
Dentist office.
dentist
Yeah,
office,
dentist office.
county office building. So the idea, of course, is to make it look like a civic building that represents Rankin County. So that's kind of the design that we and the users came up with. I think we're all in agreement with it, but let's go over the bids a little bit. I'm just gonna take an example out of we throw out typically, when we look at the numbers, we take out the low bid, kick it to the side, we take out the 3 highest ones, kick them out to the side to come up with an average. Basically what we see. And basically on average, it was $2.272 million. That's the average. We paid for an estimate.
How many bidders we have?
We had 13.
13.
So basically what we're doing there, Jay, is we're taking 9 of those 13. Like I said, we kick out the low and throw the other 3 high ones out and average those 9 out. Doesn't matter if you took off 13, you come up with the same numbers, what I'm trying to say.
They were really close.
It's
You
your
took them all 13, took 9, you took 7 of them. They're right around that 2.27.
We paid for an estimate, of course, back in November. Had someone look at it, give us VE options, which we did take some of the VE options before the thing went out for bid. His numbers.
It's on that
If I'm-
recommendation letter too.
How much were you able to value engineer out?
What were we able to value engineer out?
Yeah.
Some of it was some of the material, I mean, not really materials, but we reduced some of like ports within the building, so
just trying to be more economical with building materials on the inside and the finishes. And then some of the differences in that cost estimate at that time we were in the process of delineating what the county was doing site work versus what was gonna be done under this contractor scope. So he had some numbers in there that we were taking out because Mike and his team were handling that. So that was some value we were looking at that pricing was factoring in, that was not gonna be included.
Okay, with that, the estimator in the current market in November when we had this done, this current market analysis was $2.185 million. Hence the reason why we went through and started changing some things, because our goal, ultimate goal, is of course to be under $2 million. Our static deal, of course, would be $1.7, $1.8 million, considering the amount of work the county had done on the site. His competitive market numbers was $2,058,000. That was his competitive bid market at that time in November. Where we came out at on low bid was 1.995 even.
So that number that he gave, was that including site work?
That includes site work. yes.
Originally, he had some in there, we took some of it out and kind of had it as an alternate. So with this number, we had taken the majority of it out.
I mean, again, like I said, we V'd some stuff out.
Yeah.
And he gave three numbers. It was basically
Consideration.
what
of
it would
the
be
site.
that day based on the information he had. A one with a little 3% contingency of just scope creep or something like that. And then the competitive was almost like, if I'm here, people are going tooth and nail at it.
Jay, that's in front of you, that's the specs if you'd like to review them.
I'm good. That tree you just killed?
Well, I didn't know if you reviewed them.
I did not.
Okay.
Don't intend to.
Yeah.
He's on the second round, right?
Right.
All right, with that low bid, that is $202,000 even lower than the second lowest bid, just to let you know where that stands. That's over $300,000 lower than where the average bid was. So just giving you another idea about where that stands. Competitively wise, the estimator was probably correct in his numbers. I mean, that's what the market was at the time.
So have we in the specs addressed the shrubs or, landscaping, extensive landscaping we're gonna need to do behind the building?
Well, so not in these specs. So we have a landscape design for the entire site, but like the site work, it is split around the building pad, basically from the parking into the building.
Yeah.
The landscaping inside that island is part of this contractor scope. Everything
That's it?
outside of it is part of the county scope.
Oh, so it'll be up to us to do all that.
Correct.
So another 50,000 possibly.
Phil, you weren't here. They were very concerned about the appearance of the back of the building because all those residents being back there. So they want to make sure it's all that's developed, that it's a
There was a
nice.
required landscape buffer from the
Yeah.
developer that
Yeah.
had to be
Some
so deep
bamboo.
and across the entire width of the property.
Right.
So, which we did reduce that as much as we could. So it meets their requirements.
So we'll need to find somebody to do that once we get the final wearing surface in, I guess.
BIG Construction was the low bidder with those numbers that I just went through. Again, this is based off of my numbers that I just provided you earlier was basically from an estimate that we had done in November of 2025. And, like I say, it was within the range of what they had. Wasn't exactly where we necessarily wanted to come out at, but that's the numbers that were there. Some of y'all were in attendance for the bid opening. I think we all went into it pretty enthusiastically before the numbers were read out, and afterwards we're kind of like saying what could we have done different. So, with that being said, I'll leave y'all with the recommendation letter if y'all want to act on it with the way the building is designed right now and the way everything's planned out. Or y'all have the opportunity to discuss it and we accept bid at a later time. It's up for discussion.
So I guess our time being able to negotiate with a low bidder is past.
That's,
No.
that's when we start when we contract negotiations. 60 days? We left it intentionally open for 60 days.
With the value engineering that's already been done, I know we got the opportunity to work with the low bid to negotiate up to 10% out of it. I mean, do y'all, in your opinion, see any, do we have any room in there and stuff, finishes that we can change or anything that we can change to get
There's some room.
some money out of it
It's
and
not
keep?
drastic, we'd have to do several different things. I don't think there's one item that
Correct.
you could knock out and make a huge chunk, but, I mean, we could sit down with them and work through some options and weigh those options. And the other thing is, in that price is the $50,000 owner contingency, that if it's unused, goes back. So that, that's a built-in contingency, just so if something comes up unknown, it's not going back through a full action just to make a small decision, like a $2,000 change that was unforeseen. But the intent is if that's not used, all that goes back plus taxes at the end of the job as a change order.
Yeah. And of
There's,
course,
I mean, that's some savings around.
Well, I think everybody knows where we're at on this, don't we? Is there any need in keeping on discussing it?
Negative.
Huh?
Negative.
So, y'all, I'll make a motion to, accept the bid and move forward.
Second.
Made a motion, Bill seconded that motion, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
okay.
Thank y'all.
So obviously, when y'all discuss your changes, I'm sure we'll get with our tax assessor and collector on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and we will sit down and talk with the contractor, of course, start negotiations as far as seeing if we can do anything to see some DE items. Again, we've already identified some, but there may be some other things that the contractor can point out. We can possibly do something.
So when you think we're gonna be under construction?
I believe we had that, I don't have the schedule in front of me, Jay, how we organized that. but
We kind of derailed there for just a little while, so we need to get reset and reoriented on what we do now. Because we had no idea what the board was gonna decide to do here. So before we got really serious about timelines and whatnot with this contractor, we needed to know what you guys wanted to do. Now that we know, we can get word to you. We would expect to do a notice to proceed within this time frame. Keep in mind, it takes a little while to get the contract documents together,
Say
right?
about 30 days.
I would say 30 days is being conservative.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Lots gonna depend on how fast this contract.
So we'll get started around May, maybe?
I mean,
Oh, no.
if the decision's made and we contact them and start getting insurance and contracts, I'd say 30 to 60 days is probably the quickest you can say, give them notice to proceed and they start. The other thing is, just making sure that everything's ready.
So
mean,
I think
The other thing is we were trying to give Mike some time originally.
I think we have our soil test
If
done.
we're good there, then, I mean, it's just,
All I like is curb in the base put down, and I was waiting on this meeting before we finished, started the curb in the base.
Get to work.
between those two things and us getting paperwork.
Can we aim for May for a notice to proceed?
No,
Good with that?
do
You
before
want to do
that,
April?
I coming out of the ground in
Okay,
May.
okay.
We're good with that.
Is this a 200, what
It's
is it?
11 it was 11 months.
360-day contract?
I think we did,
330?
I think it was 11 months.
All right, so you got a 330-day contract. Y'all know how this works. You're gonna give them a notice to proceed, they got 11 months to do it. The notice to proceed doesn't say start immediately. It says you got 11 months. So a lot of this is gonna be dependent upon our discussions with the
Right.
contractor.
I'm sure
and
that
helping
can be
that contractor
expedited.
Understand, a lot of eyes on this project.
It's in their benefit to start
And
day
we
one.
would like to see activity immediately. But we will communicate that and do our best to hold it to it.
And there always is, I'll put the disclaimer out there, the first month or two of a project, getting submittals and stuff, that it is always slow moving, and then it picks up pace, just because there's a lot of front end work that they have to do.
It's not really on topic,
It's not,
but
yeah,
that's okay.
I realize that we're through with this part of this, but there's, while we're at it, back in August 2025, we did some preliminary design for both these buildings. The DA building and the tax office building, just so we're all up to date.
So
with
we're gonna
everything
go
like
over that one in a little bit.
We're gonna, you're gonna hand, okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll just wait.
Yes.
I was gonna hand it out to y'all now, but
Yeah.
Okay.
we'll give it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank y'all.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Hicks?
Are there any questions on?
Don't have
February
anything?
2nd?
Okay. Looks like we got a visitor with us. Get a drink over if you need one. Yeah, sitting over at the corner of the table. Yeah, get you a drink.
Mr. President, we do need to act on one item as additional business. I'd get you to add a ratification of our declaration of local emergency. I would just need a motion to add that.
Motion.
Second.
Bill made a motion to add, Brad seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried.
Gentlemen, this is a ratification of a declaration of local emergency that was made effective at midnight, January the 21st. And so we need to ratify that declaration that was made. This has to do with the winter storm situation. We were trying to get ourselves prepped for that. And so the board graciously allowed for that local emergency resolution to be executed. And now today we're gonna ratify that. I need a motion to ratify. We would like to add that we intend for that declaration to last for a period of 30 days or January the 29th, 2026, which is today, whichever first occurs. So I would ask you just to end it on 1/29/26.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Made a motion, Steve seconded that motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Gentlemen, I have multiple items to discuss with you in executive session today. Most of them relate to litigation, both new and existing, one of which relates to one of your significant economic development projects and getting you up to date on where we stand on that. And so both of those are subject to being discussed in executive session. So I'd like to ask for a motion to consider the need.
I make a motion to discuss the need for executive session.
I second that motion. Jay made a motion, I second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to go into executive session for litigation and
Economic
economic
development.
development. How are we classifying the DA?
We'll come out and talk about that.
All right.
Jay made the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Brad seconded the motion. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.